Blind people of Reddit, what do you find sexually attractive? Long hair and a smooth voice. A deep sexy voice, soft skin, and long silky hair. My brother is albino. He's been legally blind his whole life. As a family decision, suggested by a lady whose son also had bad eyesight. My oldest brother, mother, father and myself included would each take turns spending an entire day in his shoes. Each Sunday one of us would go all day armed with his walking stick and on a blindfold. No peeking whatsoever, doing normal day routines, going shopping, eating out, laundry, dishes, etc. Even bathroom time was included. Being young, I was proud of myself upon completion, high fives and giggles. Hard AF, I'll admit. But Mum was always near. By the time my dad finished his day, his eyes were red and puffy. When he took the blindfold off, he embraced my brother for a good while. Everyone was silent, watching as my dad held my then 9-year-old brother by the shoulders. Bending a knee and with his voice cracking, he kept saying, I'm so sorry, I'd never seen my dad cry before. Only when Grandpa died did I see him just as broken. But I will never forget the day someone cried because they realized how much more terrifying everything suddenly became without the use of their eyes and how they truly empathized. It was just a day for us, but this is life for him, monsieur. I'm a bi chick who is blind. Things I find attractive include A. Talking to me like I'm an intelligent person and not yelling. You'd be surprised by how many people recognize that I'm blind and then talk to me like I'm mentally slow or deaf. B. If I need help, I will ask. Please do not treat me like an injured animal in need of care. I promise I live a full independent life outside of our date. C. I may be blind, but I still know when you or your place is dirty. Please do not use my blindness as an excuse for your laziness. D. Be descriptive in your conversations and about our environment so I can imagine and relate. E. Most importantly, be kind and not just kind to me. I hear how you treat others and it matters more than anything else on this list. Edit 1. Thank you for the gold, kind stranger. Edit 2. Y'all have a lot of questions. I, and others, have answered some of them already. It's almost midnight here and I have a new job to wake up for tomorrow. I will get back to you when I can. Favorite features are being tall with a big ass and thick thighs. Bad breath is a deal breaker given my height and sense of smell, and no crustaceans should be on the body at all. Super obsessive over smooth skin after I was traumatized with getting with this truck stop chick who had the worst case of eczema I have ever felt in my entire life. So in a sense I would say smells and texture come first and then physical preferences come second. According to the movie, Ray Charles went by a woman's wrist. Some people have a really intoxicating scent. Not deodorant or perfume or whatever, but just their natural smell. Also, we can totally have body preferences. They're just based on touch. I'm 6 feet tall and I like how small my partner feels in my arms. Rough beard, a deep voice and a sexy scent. I like 'em big, I like 'em chunky. Y'all know that blind people use the internet too, right? When my girlfriend reads me Reddit posts. Scarlett Johansson's voice. Duh. I'm not blind, but my wife is. She says she doesn't know. She says she finds me attractive. She just added, strong arms, I like feeling the muscles in your arms. She added that pre-vision loss she would have not paid attention to this. She also adds that she can't see me, but can sense when I'm looking at her lovingly. I told her I was really scowling. I read this to her before posting. She approves. I wish you had put a serious tag on this. It could have been entertaining and educational. Instead, I've seen 4 comments so far with people making the same shit joke. Typing rubbish. Because, hey, isn't it funny that a blind person might not be able to use a keyboard? Touch typing and text-to-speech are a thing. Reddit. Not blind but lived with a blind housemate for 7 years who was bi and kinky as fuck. We're still friends and hang out. Most blind people have some degree of sight. She can see screens close up with magnifying software and enjoys watching what she can make out in burlesque videos. We've been to a couple of burlesque shows together. She couldn't see shit but she did enjoy dressing up in corsets and stockings for the monsieur. She occasionally goes to a fetish night, which is incidentally ran by a partially sighted woman. No, it's not a fetish night for blind people. Just a coincidence. And my partner has made her costumes for them in the past. I'm guessing the costumes are appealing to her because of the sensation of the fabric or corsetting. She also told me she enjoyed electrosex and flogging when she's doing kink play, as a range of sensations are important to her. We're both sex positive and talk open about sex quite a bit actually. She gets up to some savage stuff, but none of it seems to have much to do with being blind, just being a kinky mofo. Honestly, her kinkiness aside, from what SHES told me, her sex life seems pretty much the same as any other bisexual person's I've heard. Which is unsurprising as most people have vanilla sex in the dark anyway. I've noticed she is more in tune with sensual rather than visual stuff. Like she talks about men and women's builds a lot, preferring lithe people with slender delicate limbs and hands. I guess touch or imagining being touched is more exciting when you can't see where it's coming from. So a penchant for delicate hands makes sense. She's a lot of fun and a very happy, positive person. I deeply admire she never lets her blindness prevent her from enjoying things to the max. I've certainly never heard her complain about her blindness. I went fully blind suddenly 5 years ago. I didn't really have a type and was attracted to various aspects of the people I dated. But now with the visual aspect removed, I'm attracted to voice, personality, and scent. I'm body positive and enjoy exploring all different body types tactily. But ultimately, if my partner has a nice voice, matches well with me with personality and chemistry, and if they smell nice, that leads to full-on attraction. The voice of an angel. Dr. Phil. Should have used a serious tag. Reminds me of a part from Becca. Jake made a sculpture based on how he perceived a woman during sex. He sculpted the arch in her back and her curves. It was kinda wholesome to hear him talk about it. Edit. Closest I could find to a source, https youtube.be/ne9vc8tjzwk t equals 776. Might be too late, but why not? Legally blind. Vision deteriorating throughout my life. Got the legal designation in my early 20s. Dating's a bit of a mixed bag for me, but there are a few things that help me appreciate someone intimately. They don't spend the majority of the first date as a performance audit of how my vision might interfere with dating. It puts me on the defensive since I get half of those questions rephrased during job interviews and medical appointments. We met via eharmony.com. Not healthcare.gov = if they communicate about things openly but know what information isn't important at the moment. If someone goes radio silent in bed, I have no idea if I'm boring them, if they're unconscious, if they're having doubts about consent, or if I'm missing their favorite spot. and doubt is a hell of a mood killer. However, if they're saying things like, "a little lower," or "don't you dare stop," you better believe they have my undivided attention. Similarly, if time permits, foreplay is often an overlooked form of intimacy. Not only is it arousing, but I'm also getting the lay of the land in the same way I'd use a cane if walking down the street. So yeah, quickies don't always work out if I'm trying to learn the layout of someone who wants to be gone in 10 minutes. Don't rush it. Not gonna lie, breasts, I might not be able to notice them from afar, but if I'm with someone who's comfortable enough around me, they're my favorite kinda braille. _I'm open to chat for a while, if there are other questions. Otherwise, I hope this helps. Edit. My most upvoted comment is now about my sex life. FML. No. Seriously. Please do. I'm very lonely. I'll settle for a cuddle. At this rate. EDIT2, and now my first gold. Thanks. Newly informed stranger. EDIT3, as well as platinum. One moment while I curl up in the corner and gibber quietly. Using the powers of text-to-speech, a friend, and some blueberries, I'm pleased to say that squishy tits and curvy body are very attractive. I have been blind of a while now, and the sexiest thing ever is a good sense of humor. Big titties. Delicious flat chest needs no eyesight to be enjoyed. A deep voice that hints at being able to sing. Big hands. Cologne. Ability to give good, strong hugs. Soft hair. Muscular but not overly so body. Easy laughter. The way he touches me. Putting his hand on the small of my back in public. Things like that.